There's no routine day after you've been to war. The bonds I'm used to having are pretty intense. I don't know that I'll ever have friends like I did in combat. When I realize that that's a situation that's off by itself, you can't measure the rest of your life by that experience. But I will say that I have felt extremely welcome in every class. I mean, the students here are pretty amazing. I thought I was going to be just outcast and just feel like I was alone for the next 2 years of my life. And so far, it's pretty interesting. In the classroom, they're all very open and everything's cool. I don't usually go up and say hi and stuff when we're walking around. I don't want to embarrass anybody, like, oh, hey, I saw that old man talking to you. I don't want anybody to get racked on because they're associated with me. So I just kind of keep to myself outside of the classroom. I've gone past Maz's store in Colchester, and you come over a hill, and it seems like every day on the backside of that hill there's trash in the middle of the road, and it's always just large enough to where you worry if it's like an 80 millimeter bomb in the road. And I'll lock up my brakes, and then it's like, oh wait, no, it's not a bomb, and you just got to keep driving by it. But when you drive by it, your body tenses up and gets ready to feel that shock wave. It's an urban society that I was in, or I was in Baghdad for a while. And so just the sights, smells, sounds, high-rise buildings, anything over 3 stories, you worry that there's either a trigger man or something worse in one of those buildings. It just reminds you of where you were and the possibility of death that was surrounding you at that time and place. It really rushes it back to you. It's really hard to let people inside that circle unless there's some common ground. The SVA, we have that common bond of being service members. I'm hoping, when the time comes that I go back into the workforce, that I'll fit back in somewhere. It'll be a little less awkward than me being 10 years older than everyone. It's hard to get to know people. It's hard to trust people. And it's hard to have to tell anyone that you meet, just, hey, I was in a war. Every decision you make decides whether you live or die. And then you come to classroom and you try to participate, and it's usually really intense because we're used to every decision being life or death, and backing that off is kind of difficult. We really truly enjoy life. I mean, when you almost die, you start to really appreciate being here, and so you have this newfound desire to do everything that makes you happy.